Episode 98. We made it. We live. I'm about to drop the banner. But you know, I'm glad we did it. This is 90 episode. We got grandpa on two different screens. that's how committed we are to excellence right now.
Okay, we'll make it happen.
I'd like to thank special guest Jay Green for coming on, owner and proprietor of SD4L Spartan Dog for Life clothing.
Dad gotta go get his beer.
Yeah, you got a libation or anything? We've been trying to get connected this whole time.
Pop, you got your drink?
Jay, can you hear?
Yeah, I hear you.
You got anything to drink?
Go get it.
Yes,
Water.
sir.
Oh, water.
All right.
Yeah, he's going to get his beer.
Okay. Well, while Grandpa's doing that, beer in, Jay. You say you got water. Well, what we like to have a libation, like to rate it, but while you got your water, rate your water and give us a quick blurb about who you are and what you do.
I'm Jay Green. I am currently a juvenile probation officer in Clinton County, Michigan. So I work I've been working with at-risk kids for the last 20 years. The last 3 as a juvenile probation officer, I've dealt with neglect and abuse. I've worked in group homes. I worked in detention centers. So I pretty much did it all.
Okay, and well, that's great, man. And what made you want to start this brand? I just put the link on the screen. Let me know if y'all can see it.
Yeah, I see it. It looked good. So when a lot of guys when they would be posting stuff on social media, they would use the hashtag SD4L. Some people did SD and put FL, and then some people did SD4L. And I just liked how the SD4L looked. And so what I did was I went in and had a hoodie made. I went to a print shop, gave them the logo, and asked them to make me a hoodie. And once I had it made, we have a group, a closed group of former players on Facebook, and I posted it in the group. And like everybody went crazy and wanted one. So it kind of started from there.
Nice.
That's awesome, man. And I'm letting people know about this right now and go to the link. Do you have like a code or anything you want people to know about?
Yes. So it is S4L with the $sign at the end. And
okay, S4L.
Today you can get a discount on. Right now we just have some T-shirts up, but you can get a discount on your T-shirts if you go in today.
Site. Okay, I'm put that in there now. The site. You said S4L at the end.
$sign. Yep.
Cool. I'm putting that out there right now, man. This is great. So you said for 20 years though, so that's interesting. So like, and now you done flipped into another business. So it's like you have your normal 9 to 5, and you also have a side hustle. Now, like, can you speak on like the things you had to go through to do both, or like how difficult is that? Is it that difficult, or?
I mean, to me, it's not difficult. You know, when you used to hustling, it's just all the same to me. And literally, I got 2 jobs. So I got my main job, and then I work on call at the detention center still, where I used to work full time before I came here. But yeah, to me, it's just life as usual. It's not a big deal.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, well, look, now we got you beard in. Let's get an auntie and uncle beard in. What y'all got today?
He's not paying attention, so I get to say it first. You can't handle the juice.
You can't handle the juice. I'm late, but I said it.
Nope. Really only bought it for the name because I just want to be able to say, you can't handle the juice. But it's a New England style double IPA, 8.5 ABV, made out of California by Heretic. Ooh. Love to see that foam pop.
Foam pop?
I expected it to be. It's looking a little light, looking a little thin.
It smells good.
Smells wonderful. Oh, smells real good. Smells like peaches or something.
Y'all don't be playing, do y'all?
No, sir. So this is the sad thing. I got up today. I said, I want to get some new beer for the show. I went to go get just a beer for the show. Walked out the doggone liquor store with a $125 bill. He said, what the heck you buy? Bought a couple things. Couple things.
A couple of beers.
What'd you say?
Literally a couple of beers. I'm going to start with a 6, though. I don't know.
Yeah,
I ain't looking.
My hopes ain't too high.
Hopes ain't too high.
Hopes ain't too high. Said exactly how I said it, how I meant it.
All right, that's solid.
Hey, nephew.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to, can you drop that link into the comments so we could just click on it? Because as I'm typing it in, it's not working.
Yeah, it's not coming up for me.
I just want to make sure that the link is right so folks can get the apparel.
Okay.
Hey, I wish this was ice cold. I would probably like it better, but it's really light and like citrusy.
I put it in the comment.
Okay.
It don't got no it linger, but ain't like nothing in the beginning. Like it go in flat, then the flavors come out. It's interesting.
Okay.
I go to 7 though. I go up. I go to 7.
Okay.
Rap over here trying to open this beer.
Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Your computer is connected so we can see you through that, but we hearing you or you hearing us through your headphones and your phone.
Well, Grandpa's doing that. I'm a beer in. I got some Rattler grapefruit.
Rattler. That's a solid
I ain't had a Rattler in a long time.
Right.
That's grapefruit. Ashley done brought this to the house, so you know it's about to be something.
Nah, like on a hot day, you go cut the grass, bro. You grab you one of them. People be grabbing that Corona trash. Grab you one of them.
This is decent.
It's decent, yeah. It ain't gonna change your life, but it'll make you feel good on that hot summer day, though.
You might want to drop a little vodka in there.
You could put a little Tito's in there to spice it up a little bit.
I'm still working, man. You know, I'm at my job right now.
I hear you.
Yeah, me too. I got a meeting in less than an hour.
Well, Pops, what beer you got?
I got a Samuel Adams Summer Ale.
Summer Ale. Okay.
It's a
Summer Ale.
Summer Ale.
Citrus wheat ale.
Okay.
What's your pre-rating?
Can you see me?
Yes.
Pre-rating. Oh, too late.
You don't get no pre-rating. You get the rating.
This is what it is.
Well, the pre-rate.
Too late.
Pre-rated. I'm gonna go with a 6.
Okay. You always go with 6, by the way.
Not if Platinum got up to 7.
It would be like 5.678 or whatever.
Yeah. What got up to 7? What was that?
The Platinum last week.
Yeah, Platinum. All that Bud Light Platinum.
So y'all have something different for every show?
Yeah.
Try to.
Yeah.
We did. So just good fun, good conversation with Dad. Drink some beer. Josh will be bringing guests in. We get to chat with you about what you're doing. Pops get to tell us that the world is there's incremental change happening. The Black community is getting better incrementally. We drink every time he say those words. Good fun. But all right, so you got the cold and you got that. So did I hear you say it was players only?
Yeah.
No,
but,
so basically when I started it,
this is the hoodie, by the way.
At a certain point, I opened it up because what happened was
that's hot.
When I first started,
Smart dog logo on it too.
Yeah.
Yep. So I also trademarked that logo also.
Oh, that's nice.
Good.
Yeah, so both of them. So when I started it, I got a sweatshirt made for Coach Izzo and Coach Tucker. Coach Tucker actually wore his out to practice one day and got photographed in it. So like, people was going crazy trying to find out where they can get one. So, I follow them on Instagram. So I was just in the comments and everybody who asked, I kind of just slid the link in their comments. I mean, in they DM. So that's kind of how it started. But then some of the players wanted to leave SD4L exclusively for players. So I just dropped the D and made it Spartan for life. So I got one for players and one for fans.
So how like how would you sell exclusively to players? You know what I mean? Like what's going to stop me from just coming and grabbing one, right? Like or Shine, right? He didn't play, but how he, you know what I mean?
So because I originally, the first order that I ever did, I did with Moneyball. And after we closed the order, he just left it up on his site, which, wasn't no problem with me. And so he was able. That's how he was able to get it off of the site, because that's who I did the first order with, was Moneyball.
Okay. Okay. So you got an exclusive players network that you're gonna end up just selling
Yes.
through.
So like the link I gave y'all is the link to fans, and I also got a link that I put in the players group, which is a separate link, so it don't get confused.
Got it. Got it.
So like, what's so big? What are the special items that you said are just for the players then? Because this hoodie's awesome. So if this is for regular folks to be getting, I wonder what the extra stuff be.
No, it's the same.
Why you talking, nephew?
It's the same. They get the same product. The only thing that's different really is what's on the front of it. So like, you was fortunate enough to get one with the logo on it, but moving forward, none of the S4L stuff will have a logo on it. And the other thing is, so I'll be making player stuff with the actual dog logo on the front as opposed to the SD4L.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why just sell to players and not everybody?
Well, that's why I made the fan part. And my hopes, honestly, was that, like somebody like Nike or Fanatics would see, what I was doing and want to be a part of it. And once that happened, I just feel like all bets is off. If they want to sell it to fans, then they sell it to fans. I don't have a problem with that. But
If I'm sorry, if I can make a suggestion, since you grabbing up trademark, you should just get all the other Big Ten schools and do they 4Ls and just lock that up.
That's actually what I wanted to do. It's just a matter of getting in contact, because I already have, because when I dropped the D and I just did the Spartan for Life, I just start picturing other schools and putting their logo, because I actually have one where it's not S4L, it's the actual Spartan logo 4L. And so I just start pitching all of these other schools with the same thing. So that is something that I'm looking at, definitely.
So like, so did you design the dog? The dog just design yourself? Because this is cool, man.
No,
Yeah,
so what's interesting is the Spartan Dogs is like a moniker that former or that MSU athletes use, and is depending on when you play. Like when I played, it was something that we really repped, and we was like a gang pretty much.
Most football teams are.
Yeah. So we was kind of like a gang, but I know, so like the guy who started Spartan Dogs is from Flint, and he kind of told me the history of why he started it. So he started it because when he came to school in '85, they didn't let black athletes pledge fraternities. So Spartan Dog, he started Spartan Dog. It wasn't, when it started off, it wasn't just a football thing. It was for all athletes, and football just kind of made it their own, pretty much. So that's kind of like the history of it. And like I said, when I came to school in '90, and when I came to school, it was like a way of life. As time went along, and some of the newer guys, like one of the things that we didn't do is like we didn't pledge fraternities, because it's like, we was kind of always in cahoots with the fraternity. So it's like when it come down to it, are you rolling with them or are you rolling with us? I just didn't pledge fraternities.
That's cool, man. It's like if you can't swim, you bound to drizzle. That's what
Pretty much. But yeah, it's been very interesting, because I literally just started this in February, and to me it's more of a marathon than a sprint. Like, it wasn't something that I looked at as far as getting rich off of. It was just something that I wanted to create. for us former players. And then once I saw other people was interested in it, you know, that's kind of when I kind of opened it up. So we're gonna see what happened with it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't not getting rich. Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
Oh, trust me. I guess the reason I say that is I ain't never really done nothing for money. I always like to do stuff that I like to do, and if I can get paid doing it, then fine. Like my job, my regular job. Like I just love helping people and working with kids is something that I love to do. You know, I ain't gonna make a whole lot of money, but the experiences that I have, the stories that I have, you couldn't put a price on when you actually help a kid who don't see no hope and they, you know, graduate from high school or they, you know, get their first job. So that's just kind of how I look at it. I've never really done anything for money. If money comes, then that's great. But I just like doing stuff that I like to do.
That's what's up.
Man, I'm about to petition, dude. We gotta at least get a Spartan Dog decal on like an alternative jersey sticker or something, like instead of having the normal spears they be
So
having stuff on his head. Put those
so
dogs.
I actually got one. I'm gonna send it to you and let me know what you think. So it's
Okay.
something kind of creative that I came up with, and I'll send it to you, and you can tell me what you think about it.
Oh, definitely, man. This is like I said, man. Like for people who are watching this or are gonna watch this replay, man. Jay is a really personable guy. Like I just reached out to him. I was like, "Hey, man, I got your hoodie and stuff. I bought it." And I was like, "Dude, I gotta have you on the show." He's like, "Yeah, it was whatever, cool." Like just
Definitely.
like that's real genuine. So like, you said that you don't really do things for money. So like, what put you on the path to want to work and help kids and things of that nature?
So what's crazy is when I first got to college, when I first entered MSU, I was a communications major because I was thinking, you know, like as an athlete, when I get done playing, I'll probably want to do broadcasting or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
found out how much math I had to take.
For broadcasting?
Yeah, math, college math wasn't good for me.
Broadcasting.
So I found a major that I didn't have to take math, psychology. And what happened was an officer came and asked some of us players to come. I don't know if y'all remember the DARE program. I don't even know if they still have it. So an officer came.
I don't know if they got it no longer. I remember it.
So this officer came and asked some of us players to come, you know, talk to a group of kids. And I just like the response that, you know, that I got when I moved back home after school. After I finished school, someone told me about a job. A guy I knew told me about a job at the detention center. So I applied, got the job, and like I'm a person who like I just like helping people, whether it's kids, adults, whoever. But especially I have a place in my heart for senior citizens and kids, pretty much. So I got in there and I just like how it felt to be helping these kids and talking to them, and not only that, but they was listening to me,
Yeah.
and it just took off from there.
Well, that's awesome, man. So like so you do all the designs and stuff yourself? Like do you have your own printing or your own
No,
like okay.
no, I have a guy. He from Ann Arbor / Detroit named Mike Bradley, and
Mm-hmm.
I go through his company. So he's the one who creates the link for the websites and all of that. I just go through him, and it's been a wonderful partnership.
Man, can you repeat the site? Because I'm having trouble pulling it
Just go
up.
in the comments and click the link.
Go where?
So if you go to the comments,
Oh, I'm on the private side. I ain't
yeah,
seeing
go
it.
to the comments.
I don't know why that's working.
Yeah, that it works from there.
Is it signal? Yeah. Uncle Hoover
Oh,
turned
it
your
must be case sensitive.
Yeah, I
It
was
must be
doing
case sensitive.
oh, it's case sensitive. That's what it is. Okay, because I know I kept putting it
Yeah.
in, it wouldn't work, but when I grabbed the link, it worked perfectly fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Man. So like this is so like how often like can you break down the stages of how you got from just the conception of it to you got Izzo and Coach Mel wearing it on social media? Because when I saw the hoodie on social media, I was like, oh, this is about to be big.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking. And I actually I just met Coach Tucker when he came aboard, but Coach Izzo actually recruited me in high school, so that's how I have that relationship with him, and I've had it since then. So, like I said, I was able to get both of them a shirt, and doing so knowing that I guess I never really expected them to get photographed, and I asked both of them to take a picture in it and give me the picture. But again, I think what he did was even better because it was kind of organic, where they took a picture of him at practice interacting with his players, but he had my sweatshirt on.
Oh yeah, it definitely looked like a real time like professional photo moment. Like in the even in the action pose he did, like that was definitely that looked some candid stuff. But
Definitely.
I saw that photo blew up everywhere, man. I was like, oh, this about to be hot.
Yeah, I was joking with my friends, and I was telling them I felt like a fine Instagram model because my DMs was jumping.
Dude, people were hitting me up because I as soon as I got the hoodie I was wearing out and I was taking pictures of it. And it was like, where'd you get that from? Because I saw Coach Mel in that. I was just like, you
Yep.
just gotta know a guy. But I told him where the link was. Everything.
Yeah, he popularized it for me. Definitely, he definitely did that.
That's
So
dope,
I,
man.
I
Right?
actually, I actually just so they, recruiting, they hadn't been able to do recruiting for like a year. So recruiting started yesterday on June the 1st. So I got all of the coaches. I got them shorts with a matching shirt and also a long sleeve matching shirt. Just kind of as a welcome to the family gift, because at Michigan State we all consider ourselves to be family. So I was able to do that for them, and I'm working my way through the staff to bless everybody, with at least a shirt.
Oh, that's tight, man.
That's a great idea, man. If I can make a suggestion, brother, you got to get your own
Always.
site. Yeah, you got to get your own site. You can't. I don't know who is this. You own this bigger site, the catalog. Who? That's some.
No,
That's
that's the guys who I go through, and honestly, for me, it's just easier because I only offer stuff for like a week, so I'll put it up for like a week, and then we take it down. Like if somebody want it after then they have to come to me, and we can work something out. But I guess my thing is like if I leave it up there, I try to feel demand. So when people see it, I want the urgency of them wanting to buy it right then, and not necessarily like, well, I'll get it in a couple weeks, but when you only have a week to buy it. But I definitely understand what you're saying, though.
man. I ain't going. I don't know. That there's room for opening, and closing your buying period. So I won't say that, but man, if Coach is wearing that, boy is showing up on Instagram and it's like buzzing, fam, you might be missing a few $1 million in sales because you ain't
I
reaching
agree.
all them people. You know what I mean? And like Jay-Z say, bro, you only gotta be right one time. Like you might not be doing something for money, but you only gotta be right once. This game on. You do $10 million. You know
You
what I
are
mean?
you
Oh,
are absolutely
I don't want to
right.
see you miss that, man. Because
You are absolutely right. And like I said, it's something that I have thought about, but a lot of the players, well, and it wasn't all of them. It was just some that expressed concern that they wanted to keep it with us. And what I did was I had a conversation with Coach Tucker and Coach Izzo, and just told them I would like to get Nike involved because that's who sponsors Michigan State, and if I can get them involved with that machine behind me,
it's
you know,
game over.
sky's the limit.
But that's why I said if you're gonna trademark, you might as well trademark all the Big Ten schools, the SEC. Because if Nike get involved, they ain't gonna just do it for Michigan State. They're gonna go everywhere. But then they're
Exactly.
gonna try to say, well, you don't own these, so we gonna own them, and we
Yeah,
get
but
a
but
cut of this Michigan
but the
State
thing
money, which would be enough. But
the thing about it is they can't do that without going through me because even dropping, so I'm covered under the anything that got the number 4 in the capital L behind it. I'm covered. So that's
Oh
that's
wow.
all that's all me. So they can't do that without getting the okay from me to do that.
man, are you certain?
I'm positive. I got a team of lawyers that I talk to all the time and make sure. I ask a lot of questions, and I'm definitely certain.
All right, be tight on that, because really they can change the design though, right? Like, and just do a different thing. I'm just saying, like, man, I don't know, man. I just you see stuff get hot. It's like the one hit wonders. I ain't saying you're gonna be a one hit wonder.
No,
But
I'm
like,
with you.
think about who just passed? Like, whoa, Black Rob.
Right.
How much money did he make from that one hit? Right, his whole career was one hit.
You right.
I mean, he made more music, but it didn't sell like that one. But that one made so much money.
No,
He was
I
good.
agree. I agree.
I don't want you to miss that beat, man. And like, I dropped that link. It looked like I only put it in the private side. But somebody trying to say that this design is theirs. And they put the picture of Coach up, and dude is in the comments saying, this mine. So, I mean, you got to go lock it down. But I know in the early stages, people going to be vying and fighting. So you got to.
No, that was like one of the first things that I did because I knew that something like that would happen. So getting the trademark and all of that was one of the first things I did to make sure that wouldn't happen. So what happens is when you do it, the lawyers actually do a search to make sure that don't nobody else have this. So they did their due diligence and searching everywhere and to make sure that nobody has this. So I'm covered. I made sure.
That's awesome, man. I love it, brother. I think you got to get your own site. You got to get it up, and you got to take all this money as it's flowing.
I agree. I definitely agree with what you're saying. I guess my thing is I want to learn what's going on, and for me, it's more convenient for him to do it because that take I don't have to do as much work. Now it's gonna come a time where I'm not gonna have a problem with putting in that work, but for now it's just more convenient for him to be able to do it. But that's definitely something that I want to move towards. No doubt.
You can hire web designers, like that's easy. You know what I mean? And then they just put your site up and you collect all the money. You know what I mean? Right now he controlling the money.
But he also the one who got the product.
Hey, Green. So you can have it printed. You can have his back end integrated into your system. So when somebody on the front end buy, you collect the money, then it just kick off his fee for his thing, and then he can actually send it directly to the person. The main benefit is you own the customer relationship. So now you got the customer's name, email, phone.
Oh so no, I have all that anyway.
Okay,
So whenever orders go through, just like he get a notification, I get a notification. So everybody who orders, I know who they are.
Okay.
And I've even done stuff like I have reached out to people who have bought stuff and sent them stuff, just because they supported me. Just like with him, I wanted to have it in time for the show, but I got some stuff ordered for him that I'm gonna send to him because he showed me some love and bought the sweatshirt and had me on the show. So
yeah, gotta take care of the folks supporting you. I get it.
Definitely.
Hey, Jay, man, I'm gonna link you up with the family because Uncle Pooper and Auntie Crystal they be doing this stuff, man.
Hey, I'm with that because like I said, I'm learning. At the end of the day, I'm learning, and my thing has always been I don't want to get in like I always tell people. For me, it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a sprint. So I'm just trying to learn as much as I can as I go along to make sure that when I get to the point of having my own website and doing all of that, that it'll all be right. Because I don't want to trust nobody else's information when I'm on my own, pretty much.
Now, you know what's going to be the sweet spot is when you get some of these players just wearing it on their Instagrams and stuff, especially with name, image, and likeness, so y'all can strike them deals and get that real paper.
So again, I just shipped off. I saw Plexico we had a golf outing in April. So I just saw Plexico. So I just shipped him a package. Shipped the package out to Uncle Irvin out in LA. So I'm definitely on that. Because that's the thing is once other people see them with it, then they gonna want it. So I'm definitely tapping into all of the former Spartans that I can to get them in it, and yeah, we just gonna roll with it.
Does Plaque still have his sock line?
That was Derek Mason.
I thought he had. I thought Plaque also had a sock line.
He might have, but I know Derek Mason has one. I ain't sure about Plex, but I know Derek Mason has one.
I mean, y'all can fold together and get this this dog is sitting on them socks.
And so I have asked my guy about finding me some socks because I want to do it all: sweatsuits, t-shirts, sweatshirts, shorts, everything. So I got you a short set, a t-shirt, and a hoodie. So
That's out of control.
you'll kind of have you'll kind of have all of it.
Yeah, what I'm about to do is during this sale, I'm gonna get Grandpa something, get him out for geared up for the football season.
He'll be right. He'll definitely be right. Matter of fact, what's his size? I got him. What size he wear?
Grandpa.
he watches CNN and look like, what are you doing?
Grandpa, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Grandpa, what size are you? What shirt size are you?
Large.
There we
Large.
Go. Yeah.
I got you.
No, it's gonna be wild, man. Me and Grandpa be watching football
hey,
together.
Joshua, can you see me?
Yes.
Oh, you can. Okay, I got a Michigan State shirt for you.
Okay.
Are you a Michigan fan? Is that what you're saying?
He said he got a Michigan State shirt for me.
Oh, okay.
No, but
yeah,
Grandpa,
you know Josh ain't no. There's no way Josh a Michigan fan.
No,
yeah, I got him. I order him. I order him a couple larges. I got him.
Yeah, man. Grandpa out here, man. I'll be watching sports Michigan State football. Grandpa, he be over here messing with me like, oh, they done missed a kick, huh? It was when we beat Michigan last fall, it was hilarious. Grandpa's over here like, oh, I didn't think they were gonna win. Like it was.
Hey, didn't nobody think we was gonna win? Truth be told, didn't nobody think we was gonna win?
Man, it was. Hey, I because we got some time. Man, I gotta ask you, dude. What was the overall like? This is this as a football love. What was the overall feeling? The transition from the end of the Mark era to what Mel's doing right now, because the energy is crazy right now, man.
So I think the reason the energy is like that is because Coach Tucker is so transparent. You know, Coach D was kind of more private and kind of, did what he needed to do, and Coach Tucker is going above and beyond. So he's had Zoom meetings with former players. He's handed out his personal number to former players and just kind of like opened the door and told us anytime we want to come to practice, like whatever it is we want to do, he's open for. And it ain't always been like that. And not saying like Coach D was bad, but it is just that Coach Tucker is kind of going above and beyond. So like another thing that you see is how active he is in the transfer portal, which that's not something that Coach D'Antonio did. So I think anytime you get something new, it's kind of exciting. So I think that a lot of people are kind of seeing how he's recruiting players that normally we wouldn't recruit. And I think that's kind of what's bringing the excitement in.
Yeah, man. I mean, especially with how, like you said, I've seen Tom allow Moneyball and stuff to make stuff and allow kids to come in, but I don't think I've ever, and like I haven't been alive that long, seen like a football coach at MSU openly allow what's happening with like your apparel company, like to actually flaunt something that the school isn't directly making money off of. I assume,
Definitely.
like it's just helping somebody out in the community, especially like a fellow alum. Like I heard horror stories. Like Uncle Pooh Bear will tell you stuff like, do you talk to any of your people that you used to play football with Uncle Pooh Bear? Or do you go back to the school, or do you feel?
I talk to the players. I don't talk to nobody else. But if he got a good relationship, you got to end. You know what I'm saying? You got to end in the door. And so as long as you should maintain those relationships, that's all that really matters. So like you have.
So what's crazy about that is I came back in 2011. I had a year left to finish my degree. And when I came back, I was just like literally focused on making relationships. And because, when you in school and you 20, 21 years old, you don't be thinking about stuff like that. So when I came back, that's what I did. So, I've been I can pretty much go anywhere on campus as far as athletic is concerned, and people know me and I have a relationship with these people. So I go to a lot of times, like people will see me on TV sitting at a basketball game, like close to the floor or something. They'll be like, "Man, how you get them tickets?" And
Look,
I'm big
Pops
on
Boston
relationships.
is where?
I see you, Pop. I see you.
Can you see me?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm
Oh,
right
okay.
with you. I'm right with you.
Oh, he got it on with you. Yeah.
I'm right with you.
No, that's right.
So, man, this is a lot. This is a lot of stuff. So you
But
say you are you on the Flint area? Or did you say I forgot where you said you
I'm
were
from
at?
Flint. Yep, I'm from Flint, born and raised.
So like speaking of that, like how have things been there? Like is it how like are they the terms of like the situation where the like are you guys getting aid or like how's the movement going on actually fixing the water situation?
Man, you know what? Honestly, I don't know. I know they just had like a $600 million settlement that they're trying to figure out as far as what to do. But as far as the people in Flint, like they didn't miss a beat. Like it was, you wouldn't have never knew. But aside from going to people's houses and seeing stacks of water, you wouldn't have knew what was going on because it's we just kind of roll with the punches. That it was bad, but it's not the worst thing that had happened in Flint. Honestly, we lost a lot of jobs. I was talking to a friend of mine who works for the Flint school system, and he was telling me 15 years ago they had like 30,000 kids in the Flint schools, but now it's like 4,000. So to me, that's a bigger issue than the water. And when I ride around, when I go home and I ride around and I see, the abandoned houses and like it's just crazy. I never thought it would be like it is, but it is. But people in Flint just keep going.
No man, that's wild to
Pops,
hear.
what you think about Flint? Right? They still ain't got their water fixed, but he's saying they. I mean, our people been over and through everything, right? So a little water ain't gonna stop them. So.
I mean, and I won't necessarily say Flint. I think if it had happened in Detroit, it'd be the same thing. It's just kind of how, we done been through so much that, stuff like that just don't deter us pretty much. So we just keep going.
Hmm.
Man, that's wild. I mean, there's a lot to that, but I mean, I want to tie it back into what you're talking about. There's something that you said earlier about how when you're younger, you don't necessarily think about building relationships and how you came back to finish your degree. Like that's what you focused on in this. I mean, that's a really wise way of thinking. Like I wish I would did that more when I was in college because I was just trying to like mind my own business and just take my classes and maybe party every once in a while. But that relationship stuff wasn't really big for me. And like, when you mentor kids and work with the kids you work with, like, do you bring that up, like, get their minds in the mindset that it's better to work together to build than just kind of like everybody in a lone wolf. Like everybody don't like. There's talented people who can do things by themselves, but the people who really accelerate are the people who do work with people.
Yeah, and I think that for the most part, I don't think anybody can really do too much of anything by themselves. I feel like everybody at some point is going to need some help, whether it's a little bit of help or a lot of help. You're going to need some help. But that's definitely something that I talk to kids about. Is building relationships and being respectful and looking a man in the eye when you shake their hands and just kind of because I'm big on relationships no matter what. Like I got like places that I frequent. I know everybody who's there because I'm just that's just how I am. I like to know people, and I like people to feel comfortable pretty much. So that's just me. But that's something I definitely instill in kids that I work with because I think it's important. And what I tell them is at the end of the day, who overrides everything when you're trying to get something done.
That was great. Grandpa, what do you think about this?
About what?
About what we've been talking about.
No, you were talking about the water.
What you talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about food a little bit, but we were also talking about like his business and like his story and things. What do you think about all that?
Gotcha.
I'm lost.
Let him go with the
Pass
water.
me up. I'm lost.
You said it's
Nah, go on with the water. What you was gonna say about the water?
I was gonna say twice last year and this year they gave free filter here in Inkster because the lead in the water. So nobody drink the water anyway because they buy it from the store. Can't trust them.
That's
Hey,
fine.
we drink our water, man.
Hey,
Michigan got good water too.
What you
Well, you ain't here in Inkster.
I grew up on that water, man. That water good.
The water in Inkster is good. I just remember like my first visit, Nate was like, "You must really like water. You sure keep drinking." It's like I do like water, but it is some of the best water I've ever had out of tap.
I guess
you
they
know
say
what's crazy is
Every
water
day.
is pretty much all I drink now.
Yeah.
Like, I make an attempt to drink a gallon of water every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, I drink them,
I
but
I drink 100 ounces.
Oh wow.
I don't even count. I just drink. I probably get there. I probably drink my weight in water in ounces. Probably drink 100 to 140 ounces of water a day, somewhere around there. I don't know. I know I typically have this 32 ounces, and I probably refill it 2-3 times a day. So I usually get like 3 or 4 of them too.
This is the water I prefer, though.
You silly.
Auntie
What do you say, nephew?
likes to slight people. She always brings up the fact that she's the same weight that she was in high school. That's why she said I drink my weight in water a day.
No, I mentioned that because because you hear people say you're supposed to drink 8 cups of water. A lot of people say I'm doing a gallon of water, but you really only need half your weight in ounces just to make sure that you're staying hydrated enough. And so that's why I said that. That wasn't no slight. I just always, whenever I hear people drink more water, I just immediately I'm like, well, how much do you weigh? And so how many ounces should you drink? And that's all. I ain't trying to slight. You saw what your cousin said about me when I told him when I showed him my ID. I told him I was the same height and weight. So Jay, my son is a jerk. I love him to pieces, but he's a little jerk. So I found my first driver's license, and I'm showing it to him. Like, look at your mama is 16 or whatever. Well, I think I was 16. And so I was like, it's interesting. I'm like, I was like, I'm the same height and weight that I was then. So he's looking at him, he's like, oh, that's cool. Wait for it. Because most people start shrinking when they get older. Like, you really think I'm supposed to start shrinking at 44? I don't know what age it happened. I just know when people get older, they start shrinking. Boy, stop talking to me. Just stop.
Well, I'm waiting on my shrink because it ain't came yet.
How tall are you, Jay?
6'4".
Yeah, I wouldn't feed you either.
Hey man,
I don't eat a lot though.
Whatever.
I don't.
When I see tall thick dudes, I'm like, nope, he can't come eat at my house. Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. They're about to eat me at a house at home.
man,
No,
what
Not even if I put in on it.
And maybe, but I wouldn't take it no way. I would take it anyway.
What position did you play, Jay? You're 6. I know you're 6'4".
Yep. So I was a receiver when I first came. So let me rewind. I was a receiver in high school. My senior year, I tore my knee up. So when I came to college, by the time I came to college, I had gained like literally 30 pounds from high school to start of college. So I wound up moving to tight end because trying to lose that weight was just possible to me. So
Yeah, it's challenging.
But the other thing is by the time I got to college, I was kind of checked out as far as sports, because when I had my knee injury, it was kind of like a death sentence because they didn't have all the technology and stuff that they have now. So I was fortunate enough to even still be able to have a scholarship to go to college. So, but yeah, and I actually always tell people it was actually probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because I was an All-American in high school in football and basketball, and after I got injured, stuff just started becoming clear as far as, people ain't really there for you. They just there for what they think you're gonna be and all of that. So now all of my friends is genuine. I don't have to worry, wonder, and I ought have seriously been that dude who, would have went broke because I was trying to help everybody. All worked out.
Question, Pop.
Always do.
Pop.
Chilling.
Pop.
No, I was listening, but I didn't get that you were talking to me.
Oh no, because I was going to ask you a question. He wasn't, but I was going to ask you a question. Did you ever play sports?
No, I never did. I tried to run track, and I run into a leg problem, and so I didn't even finish in high school in track.
Yeah, because I just thought about it, as much as active as you've been, as long as I've been knowing you. I was just thinking, like, I don't think I've ever heard you talk about playing sports when you were younger. It seemed like you picked that up as you got older.
No, I didn't.
So what age did you start working out? Were you still having them kids you were trying to get away from? You like, you know what? I'm going to go on this 20-mile walk to Belle Isle. Hey, I'll be back.
Yeah.
How many kids we got now? Oh, I'll be back, baby. We'll go for this walk.
Josh, you did your walk a little too early.
Right. What did you say, Pop?
I forgot what I was going to say.
No, the question was, how old were you when you started taking your health seriously and start being active with sports and activities and stuff like that?
I didn't start running till I was 75.
Whoa.
Shantae got me into it. I used to like to run, but I didn't never really get competitive till I was. Oh, you remember you and Crystal at Kalamazoo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Springfield.
Sean, in Springfield, Illinois. And Harry Brown.
Yeah, that is where you started.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
most of the time I was busy working 2 jobs. So half of my lifetime went with the other job.
Yeah, Jay. My grandpa actually he's won some gold medals in the Senior Olympics, so he's been doing this for real.
And not just that, he's also a record holder.
Yeah.
I guess I'm tripping because he said he started at 75, and I'm like, man, like you like really? You started at 75?
Look here.
Grandpa's 91.
Yeah, he's 91 now.
That's 91. Yeah. Oh, you can hear us say, so people don't catch whenever we say 91, sometimes we just call them 91.
Oh, yeah. I mentioned it earlier. I don't know. I for some reason, I thought you knew. I don't know why you would know. But
I just gained a whole new respect for him. Because I miss, like, where did he come from the South, or was he always up here?
He grew up here in
Hamtramck.
Hamtramck.
Yeah, it's always interesting. I always like to hear stories from, like, both of my grandparents are gone, but when they used to tell the stories about how they grew up and the things that they had to deal with, and because it's so kind of relevant now, when you think about the fact that, man, like, we still dealing with that. Like, that always be crazy to me, that, after all of these years and, all the fights that him and people before him fought, that, it's kind of still going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got memories of the military and what they do to you there,
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the segregation.
I heard a lot of those stories, and it's a sad deal. It really is. But that's why I have so much respect for older older men because of all that they done seen and been through.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of take it for granted because we got it easy, but the stuff that they had to deal with, I don't know if I would have made it.
And Jay, this is the thing. He's the most optimistic, positive person on this panel that you would ever even talk to. While we in here like, no, more needs to happen. Pops is like, it's been great. Things have been changing. I've seen progress. We're like, what? Pop? More needs to be done. He's like, no, I remember. Like, he's just so like, you've gone through way more than all of us and still has this positive, sunny disposition. It's like, wow.
That's a beautiful thing. It really is. That's a beautiful thing.
So, Pops,
I ain't got
is
it.
still at a 6?
Huh?
What you say, Chris?
Is your beer still at a 6?
It might have moved up to a 6.2.
Uh-oh. Creeping towards the high end of the spectrum there.
Yeah.
Let me start wrapping it up because I gotta go back. I know Jay I told him it was only gonna be an hour, but let's do some final thoughts. Auntie, what's your final thought today?
Oh shoot, you come to me first. My final thought is you can't handle the juice. And I love saying the name. I really do. But I will say it's growing on me. And I will say I think I feel it a little bit. So these next few meetings and emails are gonna be fun. But
right.
Final thought. I love what you're doing, Jay. Please make sure you connect with us because we got some ideas, man.
Okay.
Hold on, when we end the show, I'm gonna end the broadcast, but don't hang up, Jay, so we can exchange.
Got you.
Yeah, I love to see business owners. It's always dope.
I appreciate that, and I would
that
definitely.
shirt is pretty hot. I like it, nephew.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What about you, Uncle Pooh? What's your final thought?
Yeah, I can't handle the juice. I had to say it again too. But man, I don't know. I love what you're doing, brother. I feel like go for it. I just want you to get your own site, and I want you to sell 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can catch all the money right now, especially as it just continues to grow. Because it looked like the media or the exposure is only going to get more and more intense. So I just think you should be in there. You know what I mean? Just grabbing them bucks. But people love it. Spartan fans are fanatics. So fanatics. So this is millions of units. You're talking millions of units that you can sell because if it's on, it's on, bro. They buy it. So I don't know.
They put their wedding rings in those colors. There's just like who does that other than Spartan fans? But I forgot to also say it's happening in Cuba.
It's happening in Cuba. Yeah. Pop say,
Well, Jay,
Grandpa,
go your final thought.
He said it again.
My final thought is I just appreciate y'all having me, really. And I always like meeting new people. So this has been a blessing for me more than anything. I greatly appreciate y'all. I just like, normal down-to-earth people, which y'all seem to be. And anybody that hang out with their grandpas is always good with me.
What's say the coupon code again.
The coupon code is S4L $.
Ooh, man, get your gear today. Grandpa, give your final thought real quick.
My final thoughts?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. My final thought is I'm appreciative that my family gets to do this. I can do this with my family. And I'm really appreciative that Jay, Jay's a good dude, man. If you're a Spartan fan, you don't got any Spartan for life gear, man. I don't know. Like, this is a great opportunity to improve, get some special stuff because, sometimes, you don't want to just have the regular same patterns you get from the school. You want something extra that's like, oh, when you go out someplace, it's like, oh, that's something special. So the link is in the you can see it on the the page. We got in the comments, and he like he said, the coupon code was S4L $. Hit it up today. This is the sale for today, and we'll see you guys next week. I'm just ending the broadcast, y'all.